Aaron, early hole there for the offense to try to crawl out of. Just what were you seeing from Hamilton in that first inning?
Yeah, I mean, Profar jumps him right away and rolls a single, which is fine, but just, a little bit not the best of command there, and against going through obviously the meat of the part of the order. Olson gets the ball down the line. And then was the bloop by Acuna there. He's able to get out of it, but just stuff was fine, just not enough quality strikes against especially a couple of their good hitters.
On the other side, offense not getting much going there, obviously, against Strider. Just what was he doing that made him so effective?
Yeah, I mean, he got us to swing and miss some. Obviously he's got good stuff. I actually thought as the game unfolded, we had a number of quality at bats. Like, I thought Grish had a lot of good at bats. Belly just missed the ball. Jazz just missed a couple. So they're intermittent, some quality at bats, but he also had the swing and miss going, and then we're kind of chasing and in a little bit of a hole, and then just couldn't ultimately get that big one to get us back into it.
What have you thought of the team's base running overall this year? I know that was a point out.
Yeah. Mixed. Some really good. Obviously, I think we're a much more athletic group, so we're able to, and are taking more extra bases and things like that, and have the ability to steal some bases. We've gotten thrown out a few times in a row to lower our percentage, but in non-3-2 counts, we've been pretty solid at the base stealing front. And we have guys that are capable of. So it's a point of emphasis for us, and we're going to continue to lean in it. And, it's an area we got to keep getting better at, though, too.
In that seventh inning where you guys managed to get some runs with the Giancarlo Stanton pinch hit, you went out there after that. What were you talking to the umpires about on the Wells hit Wells at home? It looked like you went out and were talking to the umpires for a while.
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't.
You went out and said something to him. I didn't know.
I'm sorry. I was just making sure because it's a two base from when it from the throw. I was just making sure they knew Giancarlo. If he hadn't got to second yet, and had he got past second, then he would have got home. Yeah.
Why do you think the base running has been mixed with more athletic guys? You think it's being over aggressive at times, or just losing your head at times? Why do you think it hasn't been better?
Well, I think you got a handful of really good base runners, and you have a couple of guys that it's a struggle for. So you got to lean into it, work. Sometimes playing here, the noise, so you get a little tight, and that's you got to strike that balance. That's the last thing I want us to be, is fearful running the bases or tight. Obviously, we have a team that offensively scores, so we tend to be more, more safe. And that's, as much as we talk about last year in the base running, the big problem for us was we played it too safe all the time. We didn't go extra bases. And a lot of that is our personnel. Last year, we are a much more athletic group capable of getting extra bases. But we go in a losing streak, and, you make a mistake on the bases, that's going to get highlighted. So I think throughout the year, there's been a lot of really good out there as well. And we got to continue to play aggressive, but also play smart and not, not be afraid once you're out there. You got to be instinctive. And sometimes when you've lost some games and maybe you've made a mistake that's lent itself to the game, you get a little reluctant. And I felt like even there were a couple situations tonight where we were a little reluctant on the bases, and you don't want that either.